Jonathan dragging himself and the daughter to the street where nobody is even there to help because Clara is out with Hanks. Guys, Jonathan, whom Cheta have decided to finish, he's finished already, but this time Cheta want to render him and the daughter useless, and Jonathan is not seeing anything in that. Jonathan is not listening to Ken but Emeka, who has sworn to deal with Jonathan because of for him, in his head he believed that it's Jonathan that actually deleted his mother, because had it been Jonathan gave him the money for the hospital bill instead of the burial, by now maybe the mother will still be alive. So because of that, Emeka sworn that he will make sure Jonathan end up in the street. And as Emeka is not using juju. Emeka is not using anything. He's just using the foolishness of Jonathan to make Jonathan more foolish. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. When somebody thinking is left side, it's very easy for you to make that person to do what they don't even want to do. In fact, inside their head, they want to do it, but they are just waiting for somebody to kick them into doing it. That is what is happening in Jonathan's life. Because to me, if Jonathan is not as foolish as a cock, I don't know how to put it, because these two things, I think they are more wiser than Jonathan. He will calculate and understand that, Emeka, all this while that I know you, Emeka, there is nothing that you have told me that benefited me. You sent me to this place, nothing work. You sent me to this place, nothing work. You asked me to chase Kara out. I chased Kara out, nothing work. You asked me to jeopardize her business. I did, and I don't know how Clara even got the video. You know so many things that Jonathan would have asked himself the question, but no. Because a woman is feeding him. But Clara left so much money with Benny. You understand? Maybe Benny is just wanting them to do their own thing. And Benny, I wish she can just go to Ken this time, so that Ken will give her solicited advice. Because, Emeka tried that time to make this girl go gaga. Now, the condition that she is in, I just pray that her sense will be intact, because the wahala is just too much. Because, when you are in an environment that things are going zigzag, my dear, you will not know when your brain will start going zigzag, like the situation there is going zigzag. You understand? So her mental state now, and the stepmother Cheta, we remember that she promised her Benny that, Benny, you are the next person I'm going to chase out of this house, and nothing will happen. She told Auntie Teresa. Auntie Teresa thought, it was a joke. Jonathan will not, not knowing that Jonathan is just a ball, that anywhere you play him, that is where he goes. He's just an empty skull. So finally, as Teresa leaves the house. So if now Jonathan is forcing the daughter, Jonathan and the ex-wife, forcing the daughter to bring the documents, and if that document is at home, guys, me and you know very well that Cheta will collect that document, and then Jonathan will be finished. And Jonathan don't want to be finished alone. He wants Benny to also be finished the same way that he is. It's no longer funny anymore, because in this society, so many men are like this. Instead of them to do what is right, they allow their pride and some of their foolish friends to actually make decisions for them. And that is why you see this Big Joe. According to him, he wants to go back being Big Joe. He wants to go back doing this, but with the wrong step and at the wrong, how will I say it, process. Collecting advice, taking advice from Emeka. Emeka who seek his doom. Debbie no longer come close, but she is working with Cheta. And what is his name? Jonathan, Big Joe. He's not even using his head to read his environment. I'm so scared for Benny, because all these things is just affecting her. How can she even do well in school with all this? Now, Auntie Teresa, that used to even pity her, pamper her, has left. Her mother, bam, is just her and the wicked stepmother, Debbie, Emeka, and all that. It's not funny at all. Guys, let's wait for tomorrow episode, as it's going to be banger. Yeah, it's going to be banger. I love you so very much. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the share. Thanks for the like. And please don't be like Jonathan, whether you're a man or a woman, because I've seen so many women. The problem they are having in the marriage today is because they are taking one foolish advice from one foolish fellow like that. What do you think? I love you. Bye bye.